Hello everyone, in this episode we will learn how to crochet this doll. This one is a long-eared rabbit. This one is a cat. Then let's first understand the composition of this doll. Then we will start crocheting from the legs along the video. After both legs are done, they are connected together. Crochet the body upwards. Then I finish the head and hands, like the long-eared rabbit and the cat. The hooking method for these parts of his body, head and hands, is exactly the same. So what we do next, following the order of this video tutorial, after these parts are completed, like the ears of the long-eared rabbit, bow tie lace, we'll explain the hook method of these points separately to everyone. The ears of the cat, scarves and tails are also explained separately to everyone. Then this material includes the yarn needed. There is also the filling cotton inside, crochet hook, stitch marker, sewing needle. You need to prepare scissors yourself. If you have blush or lipstick at home, you can also apply a little after hooking, create a decorative effect. The tutorial is in video format. Here at the top of the screen, I have sorted out this text and graphic solution. Friends with a foundation and need can take a screenshot to save it. Then the specific purchase details we learn with the video tutorial. This thread, because it's quite fluffy, here to give us a clear start when we first learn. Like this doll, mainly using a short needle. This needle method, and each round we have to crochet pull-out needle connection. I first use other threads to explain this short needle and pull-out needle, how to hook. This way you will be better at mastering it later when you learn. Okay, I'll use this cloth strip thread. You see cloth, strip thread? It's very clear, without velvet, huh? Let's take a look at this crochet method. Like the first round of the leg, it's a ring starter needle, 4 short needles. This way we hold the thread in our right hand, then hang the thread with your left hand, wrap the thread with your little finger, forefinger picks the thread. Hold this thread, wrap a circle on the middle finger, then hold the crochet hook like this. Go into this circle, put it on the thread above. Okay, then crochet hook, wrap the thread, hook the thread out of this circle on the top of the needle, then hook a braid needle. Crochet hook wraps the thread, pull the thread out of the small circle on the top of the needle. This braid serves as a short needle starter, Do not count needles. First, let's see how to hook this short needle. Hook the needle, put it into this circle, put the needle in this way, then wrap the thread. The crochet hook is stuck on this thread. Use the hook groove to pull it out. There are 2 coils on the needle. The crochet hook winds around the thread. Pull the thread out from these 2 coils. This is the crochet method of the short needle. Then we buckle it on the first stitch. You have to buckle it from the side like this. Inside, everyone look. The buckle is this V-shaped small braid. This is the stitch. This is the first stitch of the short needle. Okay, buckle up. Then the crochet hook. Thread the needle like this and pull it out. Stick 2 coils. Wrap the line around these 2 coils. This is the second stitch. You see 1, 2. The first round of the leg has a total of 4 stitches. We thread the needle like this and pull it out. The third short needle, thread the needle and pull it out. The fourth short needle, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 stitches. That's the way to crochet. You put it on the 4th stitch. You have to buckle the small braids that are bad for the needle on the inside from the side. Then tighten this thread head like this. Tighten this coil. Then we have to connect this coil, hook and pull the needle. Okay, everyone look at this way of hook extraction. The crochet hook, put it in this first stitch. You see that the top of the needle is this V-shaped small braid. Go through the stitch, okay? Raise the thread and put it on the crochet hook. Hold the crochet hook like this and wind it, okay? You see the hook slot of the crochet hook head holds the line. Pull the line out of this first stitch. Then hook and pull the needle. The hook extraction method. The extraction method is the front line, okay? Pull the line directly out of the back coil like this. You see the front with the crochet hook head to hold it like this. Pull the thread out of the back coil like this. This is called extraction needle. Connect this circle. After connecting, everyone look. We said the first round of the leg. There are 4 stitches in total. You see the tally button? We mark this is the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, this is first. 4 stitches, and then after extraction, a small braid will form here. This V shape, it's the same shape as the braid on the stitch. The shape is the same, but this extra one after the extraction, we have to tighten it. Otherwise, crochet the next round. Maybe some of you, when you are threading, you will mistake it for a stitch. Then isn't it more crochet? We hold this round piece like this. The middle finger, press the above line, press the line, lift up, tighten. You look closely at the change in the back line. That is, you have to buckle. This is the 4th stitch, right? After a pull, the position here at front. The small braid formed here in the back has been pinned up. You see the string tightened and narrowed at the base. Then you pull the line back. The first loop is now hooked. Some friends might say, if I follow your method, my line dragging like this, it won't move. Nothing changed. That means you didn't grasp the method. If you enlarge the line on your hook like this, then pinch and pull the line here. You see this line in the back will also tighten. You see, if you pinch and pull it back, it also tightens. Okay, then pull the line back. Here is to teach you the short stitch, how to hook, and the method of connecting hook and pull needle. Of course, when we hook, like this fluffy thread, while hooking, if you can't pull tight, it's okay. You just need to remember, when we hook every loop, starting from the first stitch until the last stitch, this loop is done. Between these 2 marking clips, you shouldn't hook any extra here to check the number of stitches for every loop. Then next, we will use the thread in the material pack. Watch which color you shot. Next, I will use this colored thread to explain. Starting from the leg, 4 short stitches for the first loop of the leg. Hold the end of the thread with right hand. Hang the thread with left hand. Hanging the thread like this. Small finger wins the thread. Then index finger picks up the thread. This is a way to hang thread. Or you can place thread directly on your small finger and then lead the thread with index finger. Both hanging thread methods are okay. Either method is fine. Like this. After left hand finishes hanging thread, leave a bit longer thread head with the right hand, then wind a thread loop on the middle finger. Pinch here, take it, put the hook into this thread loop, up on the line, then hook, wind the thread, pull the thread out of this loop. Okay, then hook a braid pin. Hook wraps around the thread. Pull the thread out from the little loop on the needle. If you find it hard to hook through here, raise the back of the hook. The loop has this gap. The thread becomes easy to hook through. This braided needle is used as the standing needle for the short needle. It doesn't count as a stitch. Then hook 4 short needles in the loop around the finger. The hook, like this, goes into this thread loop. Then wrap the thread. Okay, pull out the thread. 2 loops on the needle. Wrap line around hook. Pull out a short needle from these 2 loops. We put a marker on the first needle. Like this. Go through from side. The shape of V from the braided needle inside is the stitch. Demonstration with cloth strips would be clearer because this thread is velvety. What we all see is this fluffy effect. So after hooking, you need to observe more. Look more. You see the stitch. It's this V-shaped little braid. Use this needle for a little adjustment. You see there's a thread on the left. Then there's one on the opposite side. On top of this, his V-shape. 2 threads, the one with braids. This is the distance of 1 stitch. Can't get it, okay? Then next, crochet. Poke it through this loop. Then wrap it like this, okay? Draw out the thread. Glue on 2 loops. Crochet, wrap. Draw the thread out from these 2 loops. This lock, this is the first stitch, huh? You see the distance of 1 stitch. Can't shift it like this. This is the position. And this is the second stitch just hooked. Such a distance, okay? Then there's a thread on the left and one on the opposite side, okay? Then continue with crochet. Pierce it into the loop like this. Wrap, draw out. Wrap, hook over these 2 loops. The 3rd stitch, poke needle. Wrap, draw out. Wrap, hook over these 2 loops. The 4th stitch. And then we fasten on this 4th stitch. We have to fasten on the same side. The one fastened on the inside. The V-shaped little braid is the stitch index. You can try with a needle. The distance of 1 stitch. It can't shift if you pierce through it. It is the position, huh? This is the position of 1 stitch. The 2nd stitch, the 3rd stitch, the 4th stitch, huh? Then we pinch here like this. Turn the thread head, tighten the loop like this. Swipe it over. If there's no gap in the middle, it's okay. Then connect the loop again. Hook and draw out the needle. The crochet pokes into this first stitch. The top of the needle is the braid. Passing through is the stitch index, huh? Hold the thread up on the crochet. Hide the thread when hooking. Crochet wrap like this, okay? Draw the thread out. Unbutton. The hooking method of the needle is to directly draw the thread from the loop of the back thread. This is called the pull-out needle. Connected this loop. We said after connecting, it will form a little braid on the back. Right here. This is the last stitch, huh? It will form a little braid here. We need to tighten the braid after pulling out. Hold this knitted piece like this. Press the top thread with your middle finger. Hold it and lift it up. Pull tightly. Look closely at the change of the thread at the back. Because this thread has rope, you might think it's a bit rough. It's not very slippery. We can do this. Catch this line. Smear it a little bit larger, right? This coil, huh? Pinch this line on the inside here. Pinch this bottom. You lift it up like this. You see this line lift up like this. You see he also tightened. Okay, this way might be a little better. Tighten it up, huh? Then pull the line over. Then the force of pulling the line must be mastered by oneself. Don't suddenly pull it and break it, huh? We have to try to tighten it slowly. So the first round is hooked up. Next, we will crochet the second round, following the short needle. Group a short needle with a needle. Repeat hooking 2 groups. The main part is mainly a knitting method of a short needle. Then every round, at the beginning, we must first stand a braid, acting as a starting short needle. Then start this round of knitting. Crochet a good hook. Wrap the wire like this. Hook the wire from the coil to make a braid. This is the starting short needle. It doesn't count the number of needles. Then we take the first needle marker button. The crochet passes through this first needle. The top of the needle is this braid. When everyone starts hooking, look more. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 stitches in total, huh? Put the thread on the crochet hook. Hide this thread, huh? Wrap the wire like this with the crochet. Hook out the wire. Stick with 2 coils. Crochet and wind the wire. Hook the line out from these 2 coils. This is the first needle of the second round. Cross from the side like this. The braid buckled on the inside is the stitch. Put a mark on it. Hook a short needle. Hooked up, then the next needle. Hook a short needle and a needle. The crochet goes to the next needle. You just pass through here. Don't go through it again. Go to the next needle to pass the needle. Try it. Look at the distance of this needle. If it can't be turned, it's the position. Thread the needle. Put the thread on the hook. Hook out with winding wire. Wind the wire and hook through these 2 coils. A short needle. The same needle is still in this position. We hook another short needle. Crochet. Thread the needle in this way again. He hooked the second round. Always on the hook. Hook out the line that hides him when hooking like this. Okay, wind the wire over these 2 coils. So we hooked a short needle at the beginning of the first stitch. Then in the next stitch, hook 2 short needles. This means adding a short needle, just say a needle position. We've added a needle to it. Short needle plus needle. This is a group. We are going to hook 2 groups in total, then hook the second group again.